Hi Gemini, this is your April 2015 horoscope with me, Lada, from astrolada.com. For everyone who have their ascendant, sun or moon in Gemini, make sure that at least you check your ascendant sign if you know your time of birth. Check the prediction for the sun and the ascendant sign. These always gives you another depth and look, and both are valid because we're not one-dimensional being, you know. We're multi-layered, and you'll see that the predictions of both are starting to happen. And you can find out your ascendant from my birth chart calculator at astrolada.com, for which I'm putting a link here. And make sure you put your correct time of birth. And also you can look at your transits, which are specific planetary influences for you for the next 3 years, which are below your birth chart tables if you scroll below. And these are specific only for you according to exact minute, exact hour, year, place of birth. No one else on the earth, maybe 2-3 other people will have the same transits as you. And my program calculates this so you can listen the most important influences for your next 3 years. But anyway, what does April hold for you, Gemini? Well, the first thing is that there is an eclipse, a lunar eclipse in the first week of April, and you might feel it from March because the lunar eclipse is felt a month before and a month after the eclipse, and it doesn't directly influence Gemini, but it falls in your house. It falls in your 5th house of creativity. And lunar eclipses is about letting go of outdated attachments in regards to the house they fall in. Outdated behaviors, attachments, and 5th house is first of all the house of the ego, the house of the self-confidence, the house of our creativity where we let our light shine. So and you have sudden realization and illumination about something that has been blocking your self-confidence, that has been blocking your expression of your true individuality, something that has been putting you down in regards to self-confidence and to shine your light there. And you'll be able to let go of this. Maybe it won't happen for everyone, but maybe you peel one of the layers. And you've been peeling maybe a few of those layers for the past year and a half because eclipses have been happening there in your 5th and 11th house. But this eclipse in particular will help you peel one layer more that is of behaviors and attitudes and relationships, so people or circumstances around you, to let go of them, to detach emotionally from them that have been blocking you from shining fully your light. Because 5th house, where it's happening, is the house of the sun, where you want to shine, where you want to be the main character in your film, you know, in your movie, where you want to be childlike. So anything that's blocking you, something that's blocking you, the spontaneous eruption of this childlike joy of life, this childlike ability to enjoy life and to be yourself, there'll be a peeling off and detachment from something like that. But it can be painful because the ego, which is the moon, and the moon is being eclipsed. The moon is astrology, is our mind, our ego, our constant thoughts. And we think, oh, I need this because I've had it for 20 years and I cannot let go of this, or, you know. But the moon gets eclipsed, which means you are able to emotionally detach from those ego things that are blocking you from being fully who you are, your true identity, which is very much 5th house, shining your light, being more creative, being more spontaneous like a kid. You know, like kids are able to be creative and spontaneous and, you know, present to you whatever they've created without being fearful of judgment and of the opinion of others, you know. And something will happen. I don't know on what level. For every person is different. Sometimes it might be 5th house rules lovers. 5th house rules romantic interest. And if there has been some romantic development that has been undermining your ability to be joyful, to be truly yourself, maybe, you know, sometimes you have people in your life that you're so attracted to that you're not natural around them. You behave like sometimes I would see someone I like and I'll turn around and run away instead of being my natural funny self. You know, I'll just avoid them. Or, you know, sometimes there's such blockages to the natural self-spontaneous individuality. That's why 5th house also rules romantic interests and lovers. Not necessarily long-term relationships, but anyone who gives you kind of butterflies in your stomach. So there might be certain important developments or realizations in regards to such matters now in March and in April for you that make you see, well, it make you break through some of those behaviors with such people, that so you're more authentic to yourself, so you're more truthful for who you are. So and this again, I repeat, can be a painful process because it might need elimination. You might have a realization that you need an elimination of someone from your life, or of some habits, or of some behaviors, and the ego is afraid to let go of those things. But don't worry, it's good. It is for the good, because what happens is, okay, something will break there, something you have realization and you emotionally detach from that behavior. So after that, you can illuminate more your creativity and be appreciated by the 11th house, because the 11th house is where the sun is. The sun is eclipsing the moon. And the 11th house is receiving acceptance from others. The 11th house is basically being embraced by others, being recognized. When you shine your proper light, the 5th house of who you truly are, others accept you more. You know, the more natural and authentic you are, the more others embrace you. The more you try to be something else, pretend to be something else, when you have like the 5th house issues, the more unnatural you are, the less others embrace you who you are. So this balance, some kind of a balancing of these two houses will happen with the eclipse in your 5th house in Libra. Okay, and also there might be a completion. 5th house is creative projects, or anyone who have their own business. They can be anything which is your own creation, like a baby you've brought up. It might be even not a creative business. You might have a business that you're running, which is your baby. You know, it might be I don't know, fixing radiators business, but it's still your baby. If you're running it, you have to use creative ideas, how to promote it, how to, do all these things. You need creative intelligence, which is the 5th house. And with the eclipse there might be an illumination, a completion, because the eclipse is a full moon. It's matured. So there is some kind of a maturation that happens in regards to, and completion in regards to some creative project or some personal business matter that you've been doing, if you have a own business. Or you might have to focus more on children. If you have children, there can be something in their life that is important, that demands more attention from you in March and in April when the eclipse happens, and certain changes and letting go of outdated behaviors that you have towards your children, and outdated attitude towards them, or they will outgrow certain old outdated behaviors, and they might have a little crisis in their life, but this is like a healing crisis where they become more, talking about children, a child is saying hi to me, they can become more free in a sense, to be the true authentic selves. Okay, so let's go. What else is happening? Your 3rd house is very strongly triggered as well till the middle of April. This is where the sign Leo is, because Jupiter becomes stationary there now. When a planet becomes stationary, it becomes 5 times stronger to manifest, to make things happen, because it's not moving. It looks as if for almost like 15, 20 days it's not moving. It's staying almost on the same degree, Jupiter. And it's happening in your 3rd house. And it's receiving positive aspects from its Lord, the Sun, positive aspects from Mercury, another manifesting planet. So Leo is very happening sign, and Leo is your 3rd house. So where can things be happening in a positive way for you, Gemini? 3rd house, what it means? You can expect some good news. 3rd house is information, news. You can expect some communication coming to you on new contacts, creating new contacts. People who want to promote their business, people who want to do marketing, who want to do media, who want to do contacts, who want to do networking. Perfect time. I mean, till the middle of April, perfect time with the 3rd house triggered, making more contacts, getting things moving in regards to communications, in regards to, doing some correspondence, in regards to some negotiations, talking with others. Any kind of business which is connected to marketing, any kind of careers connected to marketing, to information, to teaching, to the internet as well, to communications, to writing, all these things, and traveling, All these things are third house things. These you can get a positive uplift, things happening, things moving, signing of documents, contracts. People that write, they can get also more things happening as well. Some certain travels can be happening, short travels. Third house rules siblings. So you might have some positive developments between you and your siblings, or in the life of your siblings. It rules your teammates, co-mates, playmates, and associates, business, kind of, not partners, but people you work in a team with, playmates, teammates. So you might be asked to work in a team of people, and you can have like a very good project that happens there, cooperate with them. So it's a good idea to partner up with others in a group of people, not one-to-one, but with a few associates, to attract new associates as well. There can be some positive development in regards with neighbors as well, because third house rules neighbors in your environment, whether it's your colleagues, your neighbors, people that are in your everyday life around you, people that you go for coffee to chat with. You feel like there is increase of communications, increase of such kind of activities. And also your 11th house is triggered again by first the eclipse and second Mars. The Sun is there, and Mercury is there till the middle of April. And the 11th house is again groups of people, big groups of people, and it's again kind of connected to networking. So it's kind of more social time in April. More friends around you. You can attract benefactors, people can support you for your goals. So it's kind of good to interact with others, to make connections around that time. It can happen much more easily. Get invited to social do's where people get together in groups, And there is another good thing in your sign. Venus is moving into your sign from the 12th of April. It's going into Gemini. So from the 12th of April, you get more attractive Gemini. Venus passes through your sign once every year, and this is a time of the year when we naturally start taking care of ourselves more, where we love ourselves more, where we show more love to ourselves, more self-care. Women start pampering themselves. They find themselves in spas, doing their hair, doing their nails, buying beautiful clothes, because Venus is the planet of beautification. They find themselves becoming, and men as well, men attract more women. Both men and women become more attractive. Their aura becomes softer, gentler. The goddess Venus, the goddess of beauty, comes and embraces them and graces them with her charms, and the person becomes naturally more charming. Look at me, I have Venus in my sign in Aries right now, and I'm doing the video, so I'm more honey, Well, and I always notice that people become more attractive when Venus is in their sign physically. Their skin improves, the luster in your eye. They start attracting more attention. They can attract even love. It might not be the love of their life, but definitely they get more looks in a bar. They get more hit on. Because they feel more attractive, and you can, when Venus is in your sign, you feel more zen, you feel more peaceful. Venus is the planet of peace. You can get ahead by charming others, not by forcing, not by pushing your way. No, that's not the way. From the 12th of April to the end of April, your way for success is by charming the pants of others, by being diplomatic. And you naturally will have more skill instead of going and arguing with people and telling them, do this, I want this. Just to keep it cool and say, okay, you don't want it this way, we'll do it your way, but you still do it your way. This is Venus. It's a seductress. So that's what you'll be able to do. You can win associates again. You can win people that are your allies as well. People that can help you, ask and you receive around that time. Honey is dripping from you, So this is another good thing. But just to let you know that, what did I mean? Yes, Saturn is still affecting some those Gemini born in May. They're feeling Saturn, they're feeling it strong. So the May-born Gemini, they might have a little bit more of a tough time because Saturn is moving retrograde, is becoming heavier. So it's demanding from you basically the most of the May-born Geminis, and basically those who have their ascendant or their moon in the first 4 or 5 degrees, they're feeling from 0 to 5 degrees ascendant or moon. They're feeling the opposition of Saturn, so they might be getting more demands from others, more pressure. They might be feeling more down on themselves. They might be having more responsibilities. They might feel more serious, because Saturn makes you become more serious. Saturn makes you get down to work, become mature, stop dilly-dallying, stop being frivolous. But still, Venus from the 12th onwards will make things easier for you. You know, even if you're the May-born Gemini. But you have to still work hard and to mature and be serious and plow through. And you can watch my video on Saturn transits. It's called Attention Gemini Sagittarius. You know, I'll probably put a link for it here, so you can see what Saturn transits are about and know how to handle them. But thank you very much, Gemini, and I will see you next month.